All right, cool. Um, you know what we need to do? We need to start putting the number at the top of this instead of the date, because I just keep guessing on the number, and it's just like wrestling rabbit hole number
I think 9.
9. See, I thought 10. I thought 10,
I could be
but
wrong.
we might be. Who knows? It's not the sausage episode, so let's just move on.
Correct.
Um, uh, what'd you do this weekend, buddy?
Um, I spent a lot of time just working on the website and watching
Hmm,
wrestling.
nice. WrestlingRabbitHole.com.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Updating? You just adding more or updating files
Um,
or
well, I'm rebuilding the whole thing, so it's gonna
for
be
the
a
third time?
second time, I think.
I thought this was the second one.
Uh,
I thought
I
it's up there right now with the second version.
no,
Oh,
no. I also started a new channel on YouTube that's just gonna be matches.
yeah, Wrestling Rabbit Hole matches.
Yeah,
Get it popping.
yeah.
How's that going?
It's good. I'm currently like walled from uploading beyond a certain number of videos per day right now because I don't have enough people watching or subscribing yet. So it's just gonna take a while to
Yeah.
get all the matches uploaded.
What do you got to get to, like 50 subs?
I think it's like 1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. How come you decided to start a new channel instead of just making it a playlist?
Um. So just for separation of what it is, because like if I upload 100 matches in a day, when I go back to like, because sometimes I pre-record and upload like breakdowns and stuff, and
Yeah.
then if I upload 100 matches after that, it'll just get buried and I'll forget that it's not public yet. To like,
Oh, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep.
and it's just it's also for basically storage, safe
Yeah.
storage. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, yeah, I mean, right now I've got over 400 matches from last year's NCAA's on there, public.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And then obviously none of this can be uh like those can't be monetized.
It's yet to be determined. So some of them say there's no copyright strike on them.
Oh, all
So
right.
I don't know,
All right.
but if one does show up, then
Okay.
they automatically take it away, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, either way though, having people having access to those matches is super awesome. You got hit up by someone asking you about matches, didn't you?
Yeah. Guru wrestling something another.
Yeah.
But
So, it's cool that people are starting to look to you and to Rabbit Hole as a source of information. I think that was the goal anyway, right?
yeah, get more wrestling
Yeah.
to more people.
Yeah, add value.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's like ultimately what we're trying to do is just add value. So, that's cool. That's cool. I'm sure I'm sure that you will find ways to keep yourself busy redesigning this thing eternally. So,
Yeah. Well, it's just there's the things that I'm doing are just a lot more involved.
yeah, yeah. So, all right. Well, did you get a chance to watch wrestling this weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched some. I watched some of our high schoolers matches that were uploaded. I definitely watched Vegas. That was what I watched the most of. And
Yeah,
then
CKLV.
yeah.
Yeah, we had so ironically enough, there was a Cliff Keen Las Vegas, and there was the Cliff Keen Independence. You had two.
Dude, I clicked on the wrong one almost every time the first time.
Did you?
Yeah, almost every time. It's like Cliff Keen, click. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Go back.
That's funny. That's funny. So, yeah, it was good. Lots of good. I guess still early season wrestling, which is um, I guess probably a little more. Uh, man, what's the word I'm trying to say here? A little more volatile than what you see late season, right? Like, well, we can just look at Vegas for example. Like the number 5 ranked guy in the country loses first round to a kid who was ranked like 28th at the time, and then uh, an unranked kid beat the number 6 guy in the country first round. There isn't. I think Flo put a stat out that said there was over 100 upsets at CKLV this weekend. So,
I think it was just the week of wrestling.
oh, the week of
The
wrestling.
week of
Okay.
this past week was 100 upsets, but majority of them probably came from Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you think that's a function of bad early season rankings, or more a function of like guys still maybe progressing back into peak form?
Um, just I don't know if it's like it's inaccurate rankings. I think because there's some young kids that just don't have the criteria met to be ranked as high as they could sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you don't have to look any further than the Penn State Lehigh duel. Um, the 25-pounder Luke Lilladall was technically an underdog against the guy he wrestled, but I
Yeah,
I don't think I don't think anybody would have necessarily bet on him to lose. Um, and it's no disrespect against the guy he wrestled. It's just one of those things where sometimes the rankings don't match what people know,
right.
and I would rather rankers put kids where they thought they should be than wait for them to uh, uh like prove it. Because I'm like, dude, put him at number 12. Just like that seems fair.
Yeah,
Throw
but
him at number 12.
then you have to apply that to like everybody, and
Absolutely.
so then people are like, well, this is just opinion now and not there's no algorithm dedicated to ranking.
Well, you can't um well, Gable Steveson hasn't wrestled a college match in 2 years and he auto goes to pound for pound number 1. They're doing it anyway.
Yes, but
You know what I mean?
if you he does have college matches on. He's wrestled college matches though.
Yeah, for sure.
The kids that haven't don't have any of that criteria.
I mean, Luke Lilladall had for example, he has massive amounts of wins over guys who are college wrestlers through the spring and summer. I understand it's a different style, but you can eyeball test this and be like, because they also do, right? Like
Yeah.
they'll look at, well, they if you look at Flo's 133 rankings, they eyeball tested where Romney goes. He beat a couple ranked kids this weekend. He's got a loss to Tyler Knox, and they were like, yeah, Drake Ayala has a loss to Tyler Knox as well. So because of that, Rami's going to go behind Drake Ayala. But it's like, why? Well, because last year at 25, Ayala was an All American. I mean,
And Romney went 0-2 at the tournament.
yeah, but that's a guess.
Uh,
Those two guys haven't wrestled before. They have the same they have the same criteria this
were they
year at
well?
103
Yeah, this
or
year, but
133.
not okay.
Yeah, but a weight change matters.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, a weight change definitely matters. They're going to apply an opinion because they don't have an algorithm. This isn't done with a computer program.
I bet up front it is, and then afterwards they adjust.
You think Flows is done with a computer program?
I don't think it is super in depth, but it's like I bet it'll. I bet it matches. I bet it has something. They have so much data. They have so much data,
Sure.
and so they get a baseline. And they're like, okay, we'll move this guy. We'll move this guy.
I don't think they have an algorithm at all.
You think they just go off
I
feel?
think I think I think rankers think they're artists.
That's weird.
You, you think it's more likely that these guys are using a computer program than their opinion? That seems weird to me because rankers have been around way before computer programs were.
Yeah, but the ranker is the so before well, yeah, but the ranker was the algorithm. They had a number of steps they went through to determine the the order. And if you
Yeah,
just
so the
so you
closest
put the easy number of steps in first in a computer algorithm, and it just does it for you, and then afterwards you use judgment.
yeah, so the closest thing we have to computer algorithm is RPI.
Okay.
There's no input put into that. There's no judgment, right? Your RPI ranking is your RPI ranking. That's why like Bisco's junior year or senior year, or whatever, he was like the number one RPI kid, but he was ranked 12th in the country.
Yeah. So then my because he didn't win every match, correct?
I have no idea. I doubt it.
He
He didn't win
definitely lost.
CKLV, so yeah,
So then you would use the RPI algorithm and then like a heads up match algorithm or something.
yeah. But RPI doesn't even exist until like week 10 or something like that, like the true RPI, because you have to get to 15 matches. You can't even qualify for RPI until you have 15 matches.
Yeah. Well, I think the place that does a true uh, algorithm only, no human intervention, is WrestleStat, and it's obviously wrong a lot of like some of the time,
Yeah, that
and
they
that's
use the RPI ranking.
only.
I'm pretty sure they call it RPI.
Well, they, I mean, okay, well, yeah. So what I'm saying is they could use. I'm saying it would be so easy to just use that as a baseline and then move people around.
Yeah, it could be. I'm 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 saying I don't think who does the rankings for flow? Is it Spray?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I would be more than willing to bet that most of their rankings, and JD, Kozak and JD do their rankings. I'd be willing to bet more than anything that the algorithm is what were you ranked at the end of last year, and then we go off of that. It is just a rolling history. Oh, this guy was ranked 13th last year. Did anybody move up a weight? Do I feel like they're better than this kid? And then it just snowballs from there. I have a hard time believing that Flow Wrestling or Willie are using computers to formulate their rankings.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
if they were, I feel like if they were, they'd be like, "Hey, this is what the computer gave us."
uh, yeah, but they also wouldn't tell anybody because then they're if they only go off of no judgment computer only, they can't tell anybody because then they're not necessarily providing their opinion
Okay,
as a
so let me
service.
read this to you. Let me just read this to you. Matt Ramos over the top spot at 125. Matt Ramos takes over the top spot at 125 after winning CKLV with wins over Troy Spratley and Eddie Ventresca. Though Richie Figs was last year's NCAA champ, he hasn't recorded a win in a month. Beyond that, Figueroa had several blemishes on his record last year, including Provo, Renteria, Spratley, and Volk. Because of that, we don't feel Figueroa has the resume to keep him at number one while being inactive and chose to reward Ramos for his frequency of competition. I mean, that's just 100% feeling based.
Um, yeah, yeah,
I think these guys are just complete personal feeling based on and they have rankings from last year and that's the basis of their rankings. Remove seniors,
they just use the guys the seeds at NCAA's last year basically, or the
basic,
results.
yeah, basically like your top 12 where you're round of 12 guys.
Yeah.
Remove seniors, add fucking qualifiers, put back in red shirts, and guess your way out.
Yeah.
Because honestly, who's probably the hardest guy to rank? Like the number 19th guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I also think they don't
uh,
care once it gets past
no.
8.
Uh, yeah, yeah, between the 8 and 12 for sure.
Yeah.
But I think uh, I almost think that you want it to be feeling based though, because the results aren't the full story.
No, and
Like
I'm saying if you just
like Donnell
yeah.
Washington beat Carter Siraki, and we all knew.
Yeah. I'm saying it can give you it's the easiest way to a baseline and then move people around. If
It's the
you
easiest way to a baseline if you have one.
oh, okay.
If you have the program.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
think R&D over I don't think R&D over there is putting that in the budget.
well, you know what? They shouldn't. They should put it in their bracketing first. Their R&D should go into Flow Arena.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like seeding their brackets.
No.
I was like, oh,
Separate.
here
We're
we go.
not no. No. They should put the R&D into developing their Flow Arena.
Yeah, I mean, it should just be. Oh, it's easy blend. It's an easy blend. Take tracks, take tracks brackets, and flows team scorer.
So actually, the I was watching the Cliff Keen Independence, a match from that tournament, which is on Flow's site. So it took me to the Flow app, and below the video was the track bracket because the brackets were on track. So they can integrate it. They just aren't.
They definitely should.
Yeah, but
They definitely should.
um,
Interesting.
yeah, I don't. It's just weird.
But anyway, since I'm in the apologizing mood, uh, I I owe an apology to the Oklahoma State faithful. I was wrong. They are definitely appropriately rated slash possibly underrated.
Um, it's December.
Yeah, it's December and they look good. They
Yeah,
look good.
they definitely had a good tournament. Um,
I mean, all 10 guys placed top five. They had one guy get fifth, one guy get fourth, and 8 guys finish in the top three.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if anyone has had a better tournament there ever.
yeah, yeah. 5 in the finals, 4 in third place matches, and 1 in a fifth place match.
Yeah, and it went 5-4, 3-3-3, and then I'm not sure what they did in the finals, but who cares? 8 of their guys finished top three.
Well, we know they got second at least one weight because Parker beat Plot again.
True. Hendrickson finished in the finals though. He
Yeah,
won.
he won.
Um,
Yeah, I
we
don't know what the
can,
other results were.
yeah. Well, Spratley lost. I know he was in the finals. He lost. Uh, Whitcraft got fifth. Um, do 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 do.
Uh, Caleb Fish, third place. Amin, second place. Carter Young, fifth place. Hamidi, first place. Plot, second place. Luke Serber, third place. Whitcraft, fourth place. Tegan Jameson, second place. Spratley, third.
Oh, I thought you got second.
Hendrickson, first.
Decent.
Yeah.
Go to the score. Go to the team score. I'm pretty sure they were like,
By 80 points.
Yeah. 192. Second place, 115.
Yeah.
And Nebraska's good.
Yeah, they are good.
Nebraska's good. And Oklahoma State just balled out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
So shout out Oklahoma State. You guys are doing a good job. Very, very impressed. Coach Hochschlag's looking more and more right every day, which is a sad thing to say.
Yeah, but we don't have to tell him.
We do not have to tell him. So, but other notable things that I saw at CKLV that I really liked was Barraclaw lost first round to fellow Panther Jack Thompson, but then that dude won, I think, 8 matches in a row, and he knocked off Bubba Wilson, he knocked off Sammy Sasso, he knocked off Hunter Garvin, and he knocked off, I believe, Amin to finish his tournament in third place.
Amin got second.
Amin got second. Well, he beat Amin in the duel.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
I don't know who it was either.
I can't remember. Montanona.
Yeah.
Yeah. Garvin, Sasso, Wilson, Mantanona, and then Caesar Alvin. But
that's a tough tournament.
That's a national tournament run.
Yeah.
Because let's see, Hunter's ranked 7th, Bubba's ranked 8th, Sammy Sasso's ranked 9th. Montanona's ranked 18th. And then Alvin's ranked 28th. I mean, that's a real life NCAA tournament type of freaking bracket there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty freaking crazy. I think the other thing, what was it? Seth Romney had a good freaking tournament. 33-pounder. He ends up winning the tournament. Kind of a breakout tournament for him. But the other thing was the heavyweight Wyatt Hendrickson. He got OW the tournament. He murdered everyone.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to murder everyone as well.
True.
He is trying to murder everyone.
But man, he looked really good. He looked really freaking good. Man, he did a freaking good job. That was he just buzzsawed his way through that thing. I think he bonused everyone.
Probably.
Pin, tech fall, pin. Beat Feldman 6-0 and then pinned Trumbull in the finals. I mean, he just murdered everyone. That's freaking super impressive. Oh, and then Feldman medical forfeited out. So Feldman lost in the semis and medical forfeited out. Couple medical forfeits going around. Yeah. It's super unfortunate that we see like the risk to athletes is so high at these tournaments. I would like to see more tournaments through the year, but I don't blame anybody for not wanting to do them at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think if you are gonna do one, it's got to be early, and it's got to replicate NCAA's as close as possible.
Yeah, you just can't do 3-day weigh-in.
No, as close as possible.
Yeah.
Which Vegas probably is.
Yeah.
And are they
Yeah.
doing Scuffle again this year? I haven't even looked. I'm sure they are. It's normally right after Christmas.
Yeah, Scuffle and Midlands and Soldier Salute are all going on as well. Um,
Yeah, I just
I guess from a consumer standpoint, it's unfortunate that there's 3 holiday tournaments now. I mean, Midlands used to be the NCAA preview. Now it feels like CKLV is, and then you get to watch some good wrestlers compete at the other 3 tournaments.
yeah. Well, you definitely get a lot more quantity of wrestling, but not at the same quality because everybody's at different places.
Right. Yeah. It's just I mean, every weight so far that I'm looking through has dealt with a medical forfeit out on some level.
Yeah.
It's just it's just super freaking 49 didn't have any. 149 didn't have any. So shout out to the 149 pounders. You guys are the toughest. You guys are the toughest guys at the tournament. Nobody medical forfeited at 149. But I don't know. It oh there we go. Right away at 57. You get one right away. It's just unfortunate. The good news is though is that it is December. So these guys have a long time to recover before um, their national tournament process starts. But I just don't want to see you guys get hurt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like we've talked about it before a little bit though. Is it worth? Jeez, Trey Munoz forfeited in the semifinals at 197.
That dude always seemed hurt, you know?
Yeah. Wow, that's surprising. I did not catch that this weekend, but oh, should we talk about it? Should we talk about why Corey Land got hurt?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Holy terrible management. Holy terrible management.
Yeah.
Um, man, that was freaking bad. I can't believe that wasn't stopped sooner. I cannot believe that wasn't stopped sooner.
Yeah.
Um, these knee bar positions, I don't know what is going on. I don't know if these officials feel um, like these guys just have super flexible knees and they're fine or things like that. But these knee bar positions are so freaking dangerous. Um, I am just having the hardest time with these guys not stopping these positions consistently.
Yeah.
Like it's very obvious what's about to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see freaking as soon he grabs his foot and all right. I mean, right away, you're not really supposed to be on the toe.
Well, not only that, but we're behind.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good angle to see this from
Yeah.
the official,
Yep.
and we're allowing.
His foot is in front of his hip.
Yeah,
Like what is Corey supposed to do here? How could you see this as anything other than um like his joints going the wrong way?
yeah.
And I don't
What,
there's
bro?
no
You can see on Knox's face like he felt something pop.
yeah. And
He's like,
I
oh
don't
no.
yeah. there's no malicious intent here.
No, he immediately
Uh,
says, "I'm sorry" or something. Somebody said something. It was just
yeah,
distraught.
it's just man, and then to the credit of the I like the exchange afterwards.
Yeah,
Ayers feels bad for Corey, and he's defending his guy, and Doug's like, "I'm not yelling at your guy."
yeah, yeah. Doug's like, "I'm yelling at this ref."
Yeah, yeah, and the official definitely he definitely bummed that. He definitely bummed that.
Yeah,
Man, you don't want to see guys get hurt, but you definitely don't want to see guys get hurt in positions that were easily preventable with a whistle
yeah.
blow.
Well, so this is something you just have to deal with as an official. If he stops it,
Yeah.
the other coaches are going to go bananas because they're
Yeah, but
like,
what's the
"We're going
number
to
one?
reverse them." But you're like, "No, he was in. He was going to get hurt, so no
Yeah, what's the number one job?
safety
It's safety. It's safety. A foot. I mean, it's his PCL. It has to be, or
on the
LCL.
outside, the outside.
Yeah, that's what people who do pigeon pose can actually do this same thing on accident while stretching.
You're
Um,
stretching too hard."
yeah, absolutely. That's a deep stretch, but ah,
Yeah,
it's not like he landed weird. It's not like he took a stray or something like that. His foot was going the wrong way,
yeah,
and I don't blame Knox for continuing to wrestle. He's supposed to.
yeah, yeah. I don't definitely because there's some guys that just give up the reversal because they're like, "Ow, my knee,"
Yeah,
or and there's some guys that have really flexible knees and it doesn't bother them.
yeah,
So yeah, Knox should definitely keep wrestling, and the official should definitely stop it.
yeah, yeah. Just your butt, your foot can go to your butt. Your foot can go to your butt all day. Your knee bends backwards. That is that is a fine whatever. If my foot is on either one of my butt cheeks, I'm pretty okay. You don't do a great job with your foot to your belly. And you
No,
definitely don't do a great job with your foot to the outside of your hip.
no.
Like just we just gotta look at these positions more, and the officials gotta start being a little more proactive.
There
Like,
needs to be a like a separate handbook of positions that like they can look at that are like these are these are possible injury positions. Stop the match.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. I just think about it like this, like uh oh, I was about to score. Yeah, illegally.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like if someone's got a double bar arm and my arm is breaking, oh, I was about to score. Yeah, yeah, you were because I was breaking. Like you were breaking my freaking arm.
yeah.
That doesn't give you the right to score points, right? Like if you're gonna do a move, if you're gonna do a move or participate in a sequence that causes um that puts the other person at danger, you know the risk. The official's gonna stop it
You see arm bars get stopped a lot, like
all the
chicken
time.
wings.
Yeah, I can make a chicken wing potentially dangerous.
Yeah,
Like if I'm
but
on
like
bottom, I
those
can
get stopped. Those get stopped early because they know exactly what they're looking for.
absolutely.
Like in this position, this guy may have never seen like a picture of that before.
Maybe, yeah.
You know what I
I mean,
mean?
this guy's
Like
yeah, he's officiated for a while, but
yeah, but
also I get what you're saying. Like
it
if
gets
it
stopped
if it
early because it's
hasn't
seen early.
yeah, but also if it hasn't been spelled out for some of them, they might not know.
Yeah,
Like, well, it's hard to tell. But if there's a picture of it in the rule book, it's this is arm spin for me. Like in freestyle, this is arm spin for me. We see kids get their arms snapped all the time because guys run the arm outside the body, and it's just not in the rule book, right? Like there's nothing in the UWW or the USA rule book that's like, hey, look out for this position specifically for especially 16U and under because they're gonna break their arm, they're gonna
Yeah.
break their shoulder, right? But like every tournament we're at, I'm like screaming all the time, protect the athlete, protect the athlete, protect the athlete. We're in an arm spin situation. It wasn't a good arm spin, but it's about to be a great Kimura. Like, let's let's make sure we're safe here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually don't mind that idea of there being a potentially dangerous.
We're just like common, or maybe less than common, but whatever. Just positions that show up.
Yeah, yeah. I also think it's one of those things where you're hypersaturated. You're hypersaturated, and even though an official sees more wrestling than the average person, they're still watching one match at a time all day. Where like you're gonna go watch every match of the tournament.
Um, yeah,
You know what I mean? So um, yeah, just that rule book almost has to exist. It almost
yeah,
has to exist. It's actually a really good
yeah.
idea.
It's not. It's inconvenient for them to find matches like this otherwise.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because these guys all have other jobs. Let's not make any mistake about this. These guys cannot be full time uh, college wrestling officials and make a living.
No, probably. I mean, no, I don't think so. I have no idea. I don't know.
There's no way. I mean, they still would only work November, December, January, February, March. They're just not making a living doing college wrestling officiating only. So they got to be able to. It has to be streamlined for them. It has to be super efficient for them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, college wrestling was good this weekend. I thought there were some good things. The only other I didn't catch many duels. Were you able to catch any duels?
I only watched like pieces of the Penn State Lehigh.
Yeah, I watched
Uh,
I watched Penn State Lehigh. I didn't catch any of the Iowa Army duel, but it looked like it was
I can't
exciting.
find them.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what they're on. I don't know what it was on. I can't find it.
I
Sometimes
think
WrestleStat has a link to it, but they didn't have one
sometimes
that
when
I
you
could find.
go to the team's website, it will tell you what it's streamed on.
Yeah, and I think WrestleStat just pulls it from there most of the time. But I don't know. I couldn't find it.
Um, do you want to know why?
Yeah, please tell me why.
It's a journeyman event.
So it's on Rockfin.
Absolutely.
I hate Rockfin. But you know what?
Oh no, it's on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Nice. I have that. I will watch it then.
yeah, it's on UFC Fight Pass.
Good. Might watch that after this. Um, good. At this point, if you're an even medium sized tournament, you should be streamed.
Yes.
If the Cliff King Independence Invitational can be streamed, which is just a town in Iowa, then just about everything can be streamed. And you know what
Yeah,
wasn't streamed?
I do.
The Donnybrook it was at the Extreme Arena, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was at an arena, and it was not streamed on anything. I don't think.
Was not streamed.
I
Okay,
think somebody said that the finals were live on Instagram,
that's good.
which is wow.
That's good. Instagram is the number one source for wrestling wrestling content.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, Instagram. Yeah. Two things there. Donnybrook, massive fail. Massive fail. Just massive fail. Second thing though, Independence pretty much runs tournaments for a living. Those guys knock it out of the park. So, um,
yeah. But
they
I
have
just
they run like 14 tournaments a year.
yeah, but I also think it's not that difficult anymore to set it up.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I I mean, there might be like
Here's the
you have to go
okay.
buy a couple webcams or a couple $100 camcorders or I don't, but I don't
Yeah, but I
think
think
it's
here's probably the difference is that so in the tournaments like Independence are done really well by people who are trying really hard um, through a volunteer based system. So we took three Independence kids to the P&L duels this weekend because their parents had to volunteer to work that tournament.
mm.
You know what I mean? The
So
Donnybrook
they're
doesn't have that. The Donnybrook doesn't have that system behind them.
no, but they have enough money to rent out an arena.
The guy who rents out Extreme Arena owns the Donnybrook tournament.
So he's free rolling, basically.
I mean, he's got the best deal on the venue.
Yeah.
Because it's Eustace. I think Luke Eustace runs the Donnybrook, and he also does. He's also like in charge of Extreme Arena.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
I could be wrong, but I just don't think it's that hard anymore. Stream it.
I no, I agree with you. I
Okay.
agree with you. But we can't disrespect Independence like that. Those guys actually crush it.
Yeah. It wasn't meant to be disrespectful.
Oh, I thought you were saying like, hey, if these idiots can figure it out,
No, I just meant like
everybody.
it's just a like when people think of Iowa, they don't think of big town, they don't think of arenas,
Correct.
you know.
Also, do you want to hear? I heard this weekend. It blew my mind. Who do you think
Okay.
has, who do you think has more people, Nebraska or Iowa?
I mean, I would think Nebraska has more people.
We're double their population.
We're the best.
I mean, we have like 3 million people. They have or 3.5 million people. I think I didn't check. I have no fact check here, but
We don't need it. Get young Ty
Dominguez
on.
told me that that's true. Shout out Ty. Dominguez told me that Nebraska's like right around 1.9.
Hmm.
I had no idea.
No. Also, what? Who? Why? Who cares? What?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Donnybrook dropped the ball big time there.
Yeah. It's just
Now I have to go get all these freaking Matt Boss logins to go watch these kids wrestle.
dude. How Dawson had me watch his. He just had it on his phone, and he hands
Yeah.
it to me, and I go to turn it sideways, and it won't turn. Like he's like, it's Matt Boss. It doesn't turn sideways, so you can full screen it. I was like, what? He goes, you
Mm.
can't turn it sideways on your phone. It won't go full screen. I go, that's just terrible software design.
Uh,
So we,
that is so tough.
yeah, it's just like,
Do
well,
better, Matt Boss.
yeah, yeah.
Do better, Matt Boss. Why
That's
we just make our life so hard. We just make our life so unnecessarily hard. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, the crossover between software engineer and wrestler is very small.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah,
The crossover between technology and the sport of wrestling is tiny. It doesn't exist.
the Venn diagram is just there's barely any
Yeah, it's
crossover.
a sliver. It's a sliver.
Yeah. So anyone that's a software
Modern,
engineer is focused on other crap.
yeah, modern world sport of wrestling. The crossover's 0.1%.
Yeah. Be tougher, do it harder.
Not always wrong. Not
Not
always
always wrong.
wrong.
Not always wrong.
But man, I mean,
If you just
we
increase
don't.
efficiency and work the same amount of hard, you gotta go further.
Yeah, as I say, we don't have to stay in the Coliseum. Like we can move our sport out of the original Olympiad. And I guess maybe some ways we have. We wear clothes now. But
You don't get one of these at the end.
true, 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 true. Yeah, the emperor lets you live no matter what, unless you're from Chechnya. But
Oh.
um, we can do better. I honestly think that us doing better looks like the wrestling community coming together and just agreeing that all events are going to be streamed on one of two platforms.
Yeah.
Flow or uh, UFC Fight Pass. They do the best job.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
like, look, if we're a capitalist society and we believe in capitalism, then product matters, and the two best products we're getting, and I'm counting track inside of Flow. Flow owns track.
well,
So,
the stream is always to flow.
correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so Flow or UFC Fight Pass. And if you're doing a tournament, you've only got one option
Yeah.
because UFC Fight Pass isn't doing a tournament.
But okay. So the reason these other things don't work, so like Rockfin wouldn't necessarily be as bad if you could cut the streams up into individual matches.
But it is bad.
It is bad. I was saying it wouldn't be as bad.
I'm saying that it's bad because the more options you have, the higher the barrier to entry is. There needs to be mass access to wrestling content. There needs to be mass access to wrestling content. And instead, we hide it behind 20 different paywalls. So you know what? I'll allow a third. Here, I'll actually, you know what? Let's make it like this. The first option should be fucking YouTube.
Uh, yeah. But with all this, if you're not making any money, you can't produce better content.
Yeah, but people will pay a premium for the best content.
Uh, yeah, yeah. And right now, the best by default is Flow.
Absolutely. But
Um,
nobody is innovating. They are replicating and profiting. Oh, we're just gonna do the same thing and we'll fucking put it behind our own paywall.
yeah,
So we just keep getting we are actually getting less integration, less innovation, and paying more to six different sites instead of just like one company going out and trying to like make it available for everybody. Right? Like where are you I don't know. I don't
uh,
know. I
I
guess like
think
if you're looking for like any other sport result for the most part, you go check ESPN first for good reason. For good reason. Like you go
yeah,
check ESPN. If you ask me where to find the result of a wrestling thing, I'd have to give you six different places to go look.
yeah, yeah,
Hate it. I fucking hate it.
yeah.
Like it's
Um,
actually easier with so with the way things are set up right now. For like me, for efficiency wise, just wait till the box scores come out on Monday morning.
yep.
Just wait till the box scores come out. Don't even go watch. Just go look at the results, read through, and be like, "Oh, that's interesting." Because I know that if I get like hooked, what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to go check uh, that school's uh, website, go to their schedule, figure out where it was streamed at, and then go see if it's available.
Yeah. WrestleStat actually does a really good job of this. I think they just
Do they?
you have to figure out how to navigate their website for a minute. But once you figure it
Yeah,
out, they have every result and sometimes a link to the match, the duel or the individual match.
yeah.
But
That
um,
I just know that like okay, so let's list it, right? I have a membership to Flow, which covers track. I have a membership to UFC Fight Pass. I've got a Big Ten Plus membership.
ESPN Plus.
Um, I've got an ESPN Plus membership, and if I really wanted to watch everything, I would need an ACC network pass,
Yeah.
and I would need Rockfin.
Yeah, and if in this is kind of a side note, but I hate that Flow owns all the rights to the UWW events because UWW has their own video subscription service as well,
Yep.
and you can't see any of them unless you go to Flow, which this is my which some of the tournaments they don't deem as important. They don't split the matches up.
Oh yeah, they just
Yeah,
run the day stream.
yeah. So like World Championships, they always split the matches. They split every match.
Yeah.
For like what are, like a ranking series, sometimes they only split the American matches, which is
Yeah, yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
most of
40.
their audience. That's fine. But
Yep.
like for the Asian Championships, like I was looking last night, the 2024, I was looking for matches in there, and 2023, I was looking for matches. They don't have any of those streams split up into matches. It's just full streams. And thank God the UWW app tells you what
When?
what day and what mat the match was on, so you can at least limit it to that, and then have a search through the 3 hour, 4 hour stream for it. But and this is one of the things I'm doing with the new website is like when it's a full stream, it tells you where the match starts at. So if you want to go watch it, like
Oh,
yeah,
oh yeah, 'cause you can't timestamp a flow video.
no, you can't timestamp a flow video.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, here's what I want to talk about before we go.
Yeah,
I want
we're 53 in.
what we're 53 in. Okay,
Yeah,
just real quick. Maybe we'll talk about this next time, but I want us to think about this for a little bit. Um, we did the P&L duels this weekend. I took 19, 17. I took 17 fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth graders over to Lansing, Michigan. We wrestled 7 duels. We got second place. Um, I wasn't too happy with how we competed. I need to go back and rewatch because I tend to be hypercritical um, at tournaments. Like we've talked about this before.
you see a lot of the bad all the time.
At tournaments, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Like
tournaments, yeah.
because at practice, I'm like the exact opposite. Like I'm like in fantasy land at practice. We're the best. We're doing great. And then we go to tournaments and I'm like, we're the worst. We suck. I don't care that this kid just tech faulted everybody. He didn't do this one thing and I can't get over it. And I'm super mad at him for it. Um, so luckily I've gotten better at not taking any of this out on kids. I'm able to just have conversations with them and try to reiterate things. But um, I have not gotten the response from parents that I got after coming home from this. Almost every parent messaged me and said their kid won't stop talking about it. They had a great time. Um, it was like the best thing they've done. So we need to do more youth duels. We need to do more youth duels, and I think it's really ironic this happened. So um, I saw like a comment this weekend that um, the comment was basically like, I've been waiting a long time for both of my boys to be on a team together. And I was kind of like, huh, that's really interesting because I was under the assumption they were on our team for a very long time. Uh,
Hmm.
but it's clearly not perceived that way. It's not looked at that way, um, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Uh, but there's no there's no argument around that if we have a strong dual presence. It's like there was actually a team. We were judged as a team, not as an individual. So I'm thinking for like what we do, youth duels might be the most important culture piece that we have. It might be the most important thing we do in terms of developing that sense of team. Otherwise, it might just continue to feel like it's, you know, 100 individuals who work out around each other and then they go off and wrestle for their team.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wasn't too happy with that realization, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, 90% of the stuff we compete at is individual tournaments.
yeah, it is. But like the things they care about are individual.
Yeah, and I'm just saying it's hard. I think it's hard to.
I guess I never looked at myself as not being a part of a team, even when I wasn't doing duels. Like that was my team. So it's interesting to me that that's not
Well, we've also never put
reciprocated.
an emphasis on team scores at individual tournaments.
We have not. No, but
I mean, that could be an avenue
you have
to
a
feeling like a team.
you have a team name. You're registered under a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you are. It just feels like maybe that perception. Uh, well, I guess we have to go one of two ways, right? So we either have to make it feel more like a team, or we have to make it very clear it's a business. And I don't think the appropriate method is to be like, yeah, no, this is just a business.
I mean, no.
So it was just an interesting observation to me, where we went and did these duels. Everybody came back, and all the parents. But I did get a chance, and this is actually true. I've been talking about this for a while. Um, the way it was set up, all the kids went with me. All the kids warmed up together. All the kids sat on the bench together. The kids were pretty much fairly responsible for taking care of their food, their water, like all that stuff. Parents were in the stands on the other side of a barrier, or like in our case, we had 3 parents show up. So like we did get that opportunity to be like a football team or like a basketball team or like a volleyball team where parents are in the stands, all the kids are down on the floor, they're being coached by coaches in the corner. Like I enjoyed that much more. I enjoyed that much more than individual tournaments. It was way better.
Yeah.
It was way better. So
Yeah.
just interesting.
I guess you also get to know exactly where you're going to be for the next hour or two. You have to run to 17 mats in an hour.
Yes, yes. The thing that yeah. So like I mean the duel that the we lost to Askren twice. We got second to them in our pool, and then we cross bracketed, won our other side, and then rested them in the finals again. And like we did a good job of attacking, which the kids are expected to do, but we stopped on our knees and just got beat to death by Askren, who they have really good defense and they wrestle the whole time. You know what I mean? So getting exposed in those areas um, overall helps us more too. It overall helps us more because now when we come back, we're like, hey, as a group, this is pretty clear what was happening. So as a group, we definitely need to address this.
So
Where like at
so
the individual,
themes are easier to recognize at duels.
way easier,
Yeah.
way easier,
That makes
way
I think that
easier.
makes sense.
So um, I had this feeling like 2 years ago where I'd like us to get into more dual tournaments. I've done nothing about it. I've done nothing about it, but it's mainly because our individual tournaments are pretty good, like competitively.
Yeah.
Uh,
And like,
and then
what weekend are we gonna do one?
well, that's what I'm saying. But the other side of it is like it only serves a small percentage of the kids, but I've got an idea for that. So, um, I've got a big brain idea for that. So I'm not that concerned about getting this addressed, but um, I think it's important for our I think it's important for us to have a dual team. I think it's super important for us to have a dual team. So we're gonna work on that.
Sounds good.
But all right, you got your clip pulled up?
No, I don't.
All right, we're going full random today.
Okay, we're gonna do it. All right. Let's see.
Oh, uh, oh, oh, oh.
I don't even know if there's gonna be a score here. Look,
Hey,
it's a
Blaze
Blaze.
Cabell.
There is no. There's not a score.
This is just the most just beta clip.
Here we go.
Give me a new clip. All right, here we go. Who's
Uh,
this? Bo Jordan and Daniel Lewis. Is this another little shin whizzer? Is this another defensive clip?
it might be. I don't know. We'll just roll it again. How about that? All right, look, another Daniel Lewis clip. This one's bad too.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick though. What a transition.
I don't
Cartwheel?
think he turns him. He almost pins himself.
Cartwheel.
Dude, I had a coach from when I was in at Simpson. A high school coach messaged me the other day and goes, "Hey, one of our kids hit that cartwheel finish when that guy's arm came out on his cradle to pin the kid and win the duel." I go, "That's
That is
sick."
so sick.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's sick.
that little psychopath, Adam Carey, he rolled through a kid's arm post this weekend.
Yeah, he will. He
Who's
will.
this? Oh,
Yui.
Naki?
Yeah.
Yui.
We'll just watch a couple. None of these are any good. I don't know what's going on.
Hmm. Dude, how did his arm get stuck there?
Get stuck where?
Like it's just permanently stuck in the middle. Like Spencer trapped this bro's arm the
Oh,
whole time.
well, because he's strong.
Like look at that arm, it's just stuck.
Yeah.
Pull your arm out.
No, can't do it. Too strong.
Spencer was good. Oh,
Well, there's.
that was with no time left.
Yep.
Wow.
That was back when takedowns were worth 2 points.
Boring.
Yeah. Well, there's your 8 clips of the day. You're welcome.
Don't call it overkill. So, all right. Well, I don't even know what's going on this week. It's finals week for like most colleges, so pretty light week.
Yeah.
Pretty light week. I know there's maybe a couple weekend duels, but um, yeah, man. That's all I got. I'm looking forward to a little break over Christmas.
Yeah.
And then we sprint from January through July.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you then.